This is the design that I did at Missouri Star. One of the designs that I offered the students that came to my classes, and boy, did y'all make an impression. Thank y'all so much for everybody who was able to attend, and for those of you who weren't able to attend, I'll see you next time. Okay, so this piece of blue fabric, let me get y'all some measurements. This piece of blue fabric is 10 inches by 11 inches. And then these are 1.5 inches wide, each one of them. The short ones are 5 inches long. The long ones are 10 inches long. And then our heart is about 4.5 by 4.5. So easy, easy. 1.5 by 10, 1.5 by 10, 1.5 by 5, 1.5 by 5, 10 by 11, and this is 4.5 by 4.5. So after you've got your pieces cut out and they're on your flannel, now I have 2 pieces of flannel because I like the flannel. You can do it without the flannel, does not have to have the flannel. The first thing I'm going to do is go and straight stitch all the way around my pieces. Every single piece needs to be straight stitched around. I'm just straight stitching because I like the fray. And if you don't like the fray, just zigzag it and that'll be fine. And then I'm going to straight stitch on the flannel so I can trim the excess flannel off. And I'm just going to use the same seam allowance, 1/4 inch. I'm going to follow the edge of my fabric with the edge of my presser foot. And I'm going to back stitch when I start and when I stop, because my grandma said so. Thank y'all for giving me such a warm welcome in Missouri. Because of y'all, Missouri Star has invited me back, and I'm super excited about all of the things to come. I loved watching all of the ladies make these different shirts in Missouri because I got to see everybody's, and I don't always get to see all of your projects, but I do love it when you send them to me. So be sure you're emailing your photos to hometownquiltcompany@gmail.com because I want to see, and so does everybody else. We love show and tell. Now I'm going to trim off all of the excess. Now the ladies who came to Missouri Star Academy and made a shirt, this one or the other one, brought their own t-shirt so it could go on any color that they wanted. And some of them had v-necks, some of them had sweatshirts, some of them had short sleeve t-shirts. One lady had a button-up shirt and she put it on the back, which I thought was kind of genius. So put it on whatever you want to put it on. But be sure to email me a photo to hometownquiltcompany@gmail.com because I want to see what y'all create. Y'all inspire me all of the time. Okay, so now we've sewn it. We're going to take our pins out. The next thing I'm going to do is sew it on my shirt. You can put it on any color you want. I'm putting mine on this pretty cream color. Now you're coming down about 3 inches from the top of the neck, and you're going to center it with your underarms, with the sleeves of the shirt. And make sure it's reasonably straight. I mean, you know, you don't want to have to walk around and stand crooked so your flag looks straight. Although, it's a total option if you get your flag crooked, just lift up one side. Now, I'm going to sew basically on top of the stitches that I already made. I'm just going to sew all the way around, straight stitch on the outside. Again, if you don't want it to fray, zigzag it on. But because I like the fray, I'm going to do a straight stitch. If you zigzag, then I would go around it 2 times because the zigzag's just not as strong as the straight stitch, and that will keep it from coming loose. So go around it 2 times if you zigzag, and if you straight stitch, just once. The template for this flag is available at hometownquiltcompany.com. It's actually larger for a quilt block, so just reduce the printing size to 75%, and it will be the size you need for your shirt. And then when you print it at 100%, you'll have it for a quilt block also. It's kind of a win-win. Okay, now let's take our pins out and see if I have to stand sideways. Just kidding. Bum, bum, bum. Look how stinking cute that is. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.